I like your shirt.
Alright, good morning. Alright, okay, back when I was like, probably like 9 or 10 in like elementary school, I wake up every morning and my brother would be blessed and, Lil Wayne, like the Hot Boys when he was in the rap group, and I would just be, like I'd just get mad out the blue for no reason. It's just not cause I didn't like it, it's just cause like it's too early in the morning for him to be just blasting rap music, getting ready for school. So what I do is I hurry up and close my door, and then I turn my own music on, which would be like something slow, like Genuine Usher or something. I mean, like it's nothing personal. It's just I didn't like waking up to rap music. So today, what I'm going to be explaining is which genre I think is better, as far as rap and R&B, or slow jams. Because okay, all right. I feel, from my own opinion, I feel that slow jams could be better, but on another hand, I feel like it couldn't also, because when you go to a party, the first songs that you hear are not slow jams. It's rap music, and it's different types of rap music, but it's specific music that's gonna get your body moving and dancing, and you're gonna get you grooving. You know, everybody has their own way of getting down, but at the end of the day, when it gets toward the middle of the party and toward the end of the party, they start to play slow music, slow jams, and then the dancing changes up, switches up. But what I feel is that slow jams can also help you out a lot, as far as when you're stressing, when you're going through problems, or you're going through a certain private situation, you know, as far as relationship-wise, like the situation some of us are in now, as far as school, because we're in finals. I mean, throw a couple slow songs on, you just do your work. You know, it's stressful. I mean, you listen to rap music while you're doing your work, you mainly gonna be into the song more than you're into doing your work or whatever. You probably just get the dancing right there, you know. I mean, the way I am, if I hear rap music, I'm gonna dance, because I like to dance. So when we go out, I mean, like we say, we turn up. You know what I'm saying? Me and my boys, we turn up. But if we go out and we hear slow music in a club, you know, and we're not built up to it, then we probably just gonna, you know, stand around, be like this, be looking at everybody like, yeah, she's cute, yeah. But like I was saying, I'm gonna get back on point, with slow music, they actually did, I was looking on, what it was, BET.com, 106 and Park, it was one or the other, but they were doing the survey about, with the young souls, the youngsters in the world, and it was like, which music would you prefer, slow jams or rap, or I think it had techno in it also, and most of the people, of course, they said rap, and like right in between it was like 70% rap and like 40 something percent slow jams, and the rest was techno. I don't know who listens to that, but yeah, and I did a survey myself around Fullerton. I went around asking people, and I was like, just random people. I asked like 50 random people, and I was like, what genre would you like, slow jams or rap? And of course, everyone mostly said slow jams. I mean, no, they said rap, and it had a lot of people actually said slow jams, but I was impressed because they said, some people said, what is it called, dubstep. I think that's what it is. I don't know what that is. I never heard of it because, of course, I'm not from down here. And where I come from, it's just rap all day in the clubs and stuff. But I feel like, I actually feel like slow jams are it's really good. It's really better for you as a person anyway. I mean, it depends on which type that you're listening to, because it's some that is, of course, love songs, and there's just some where people are feeling down, so they make a song. Like, okay, this is not a slow jam, but it's like it's smooth. by Phil Collins. I Can Feel It in the Air. A lot of you probably heard of it. A lot of high schools down south where I'm from, they use it as a hype song for football. Like once the beat drop, it just get hyped. But he actually was he was actually on the verge of killing himself when he made the song. And I guess after he made the song, he listened to it. I guess he thought about it and changed his mind because I don't think he's dead. I think he's still alive. That's the only song I ever heard from him, so I can't really tell you more about it. But yeah, and rap. Again with rap. Another reason why I myself don't really like it because a lot of people try to rap and they sound like, you know, nails on a chalkboard. It's just whack, and I don't like whack music, you know. And a lot of people put a lot of violence and drugs and girls doing this, you know, disrespecting women. And I feel like women shouldn't really be disrespected like that because they make it look like all women are strippers, hookers, prostitutes, sluts, you know, just tricks if you listen to certain rappers. But slow songs is mostly, they're actually talking about what they could have done to kept this woman, or what can I do to keep my girl, or how can I please her more and better. And don't get me wrong, some of that is right, but some of it is wrong because, you know, why are you even making a song saying that she left you or whatever? I mean, why you didn't just do what you had to do from the jump? But, you know, that concludes my essay. I mean, my speech, I mean, and final opinion, I think slow jams are better. Thank you. That's it, yeah. Good, bro. I'm trying to roll with you.
All right, well, Melanie was supposed to do the written evaluation and Teal was supposed to do Teal was supposed to do the written evaluation, Melanie's supposed to do the oral evaluation, but Melanie's not here. And Teal is also not here. Is there somebody, let me see if I can jump in here, somebody who... Molly?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, Ileana never spoke, so why don't you tell us what you thought?
That was a really interesting subject matter. I like both, but given the option, I'd probably choose subset. But you didn't really state your preference in the introduction, which would have been cool to hear. You had some good examples. Like I really liked the Phil Collins example. Some more examples like that would have been pretty cool, and maybe some like surveys and sources of that would be cool as well. Your speaking voice was pretty good. Your eye contact was good. I don't think you had note cards, so you didn't, that wasn't distracting or anything like that. So that was pretty good. Your conclusion was a little short.
Yeah, it was.
You know, you've got a kind of an interesting story about your brother playing the music and then you wanting something different in the morning. There's something going on here that sounds like it might be interesting. But then you just really aren't very clear about what it is you're trying to say. You just start riffing on all these different kinds of music and talking about things. And I can't tell exactly where you're headed. And you start talking about slow jams versus rap. And I'm going, okay, so... what's the difference? Why? And you just kind of randomly make comments about them as you go through the speech. It's great to have an opinion, and it's okay to share the opinion, but you're trying to convince us to share your opinion, and I think you need to give a better argument. You need to demonstrate that any of this is true, or that it means anything. It's just a personal insight on this, and not a very well organized insight on this issue. The only things that I see that would constitute evidence are the examples that you have. Molly mentioned In the Air Tonight, for instance, as an example, which I would not have thought of is either a slow jam or a rap. I don't know how does it end up over there in that category. That seems a little strange to me. But maybe you need to define what the difference is between these types of genres of music and be a little bit more specific so that we can tell what it is you're talking about, because it just feels very randomized. So you've got the one example there, and then you mentioned this survey about either radio station or BET. You're not sure which, and I'm going, oh, this is your proof? Something that I think I heard someplace sometime? That's not very convincing.
I was on Google.
Yeah, and that I got from Google, which is not a source citation either. This is an indication that you are just you're rambling and sharing information that you have heard somewhere, as opposed to something that you put together into a speech and you went out and researched and put it together. So it undermines, even though you know the music and even though you know how you feel about it, it undermines your credibility as a speaker, because you can't define it, take a position, and give us firm information on it. And I think that's problematic. The delivery issues, you have an advantage in that you have a nice voice. You speak in a pretty comfortable way, so I think you get a lot of, you can coast a lot on that, but you need to have a little bit more control over what you're doing so that it doesn't feel like you are just riffing and talking off the top of your head like I'm doing right now. It should be a plan, that you've got some place that you're going, and it just doesn't. There's starts and stops and hesitations, and then you get going again. And sometimes when you've hit the right spot, you're doing okay, and then other times you're a little bit uncertain about what you're saying, and it feels like you're going over the same point again. And so the pacing is a little bit problematic. Your eye contact, you're not looking away from us, but you're not always engaging us either. So I don't get the feeling that you're hiding from us, but I don't really feel like I'm being made a part of the process. You need to be a little bit more engaged. Your gestures, whenever you are uncertain, the gestures are the thing that tell us that you're uncertain, because you kind of shrug your shoulders and drop your hands. And when you watch the end of the speech, for instance, how do I know that you're done? Not only do you say, well, I guess I'm done, but your whole body language just seems to kind of collapse on itself and say, well, that's enough of that, and let me move on with my life. And it needs to be something that's planned a little bit more and controlled. It just feels, like I said, I'm getting an impromptu presentation again, and that's not what we're looking for at this point. It's a little late in the process to be fixing these sorts of things. All right, thank you.